All right, here we go again. Buckle up, rough roads ahead. Let's try to smooth out some of those rough roads. So, one of the things I noticed while he was massaging me yesterday, like none of these weird pains came into play. Right, so I have to remember that it's a product possibly of just the tightening. So I can't like if I was trying to find like, oh, my neck feels loose, my back feels a little loose, but when I tried to go like diagonally to the left, my neck wouldn't move. So that's it's some of the whatever that muscle is causes some sort of pinched nerve. So I have to elongate that muscle, or massage therapist has to elongate that muscle, and then it should alleviate all that. Trying to stretch it now. The only question is the lumbar that's still triggering this or something else, right? Oh, because my lumbar is like strengthened, but the top of my back is way too tight. Right? So 4 years ago, I was supposed to figure this out. This is where I was trying to get to. And again, I was being mercilessly attacked by the deep state at that point. So I see we're moving to the border, some things. Right? Just get me my money and I can work better at all this, even if I need two surgeries or whatever it is. Right? Get me into a better place to live. And I mean, something commensurate probably, but it's just these people here are too weird. Well, if you gave me my real money, I'd just go get a house. Well, maybe it's not so easy, right? No, I couldn't. It is. I tried laying on my right side, and it just tightened right back up. I think it triggers the lumbar to try to adjust. And I think 4 years ago it would have worked. It's just it's late in the game and stayed kind of cramped up. I don't think I was this cramped, but I obviously shouldn't have been at all cramped. And if my legs were bothering me, I should have had a massage like I was trying to get to. Because I remember not thinking I need other places massaged when I was in Oklahoma City. I was thinking I need my legs massaged. But again, there could have been some issues. Well, I did have my back. I did have steroid shots in my back, so it may have adjusted a little bit, to at least survive. Well, it scares me that one pain I get in my left back near it's kind of in towards the vertebrae, right? It because I'm worried that it's a pinched nerve that's going to stay. But right. But I remember now that when he massaged me yesterday and everything was loose, that didn't even show up, right? No, they shouldn't have had way into my life. They should just let me have my peaceful life, and it would have been a peaceful life, and that would have been it, right? Again, the world may have changed, or it'd be more peaceful for the world also. And I am spraying magnesium oil, which can make your back lax, and that can cause a pinched nerve. Right. So but again, I can't let it keep tightening like that. Well, I have to talk to this guy. I have that other cable for him for the guitar. Yeah, that kind of screwed up part of this whole thing. The party speaker I gave to that guy because I used it as part as the amp, as like the amplifier for the digital system I gave him. Yeah, it wouldn't be complete without that. I don't know if he sold this stuff or not. Again, if he's poor and he needs to sell it, I don't. You don't have to keep the guitar. No, I mean years ago I should have been freed from these people and had the ability just to have my life. A little cool. Tomorrow I'll probably walk a little further around the development, but not today. It's just too cool to be walking off. I think it actually either the wind picked up or they got cooler. It should be warming up at this point. Yeah, I'm still dealing with the same thing. The right side's up and the left side's down, which causes an imbalance. But like when he was massaging yesterday, none of the weird nervy pain came up. I mean, yeah, the sacrum, obviously, if you pound on my, if you massage down by my lumbar, something's going to happen. Right. Well, essentially, it's just your back adjusts in and makes adjustments for anything like damage, any type of damage or wear. And it eventually it ran out of adjustment, and it probably shouldn't have. Again, obviously, if I could have stayed in massage, again, it's not my mental illness; it's their mental illness. If they weren't operating me and torturing me, this would never happen. Right? Yeah, it's kind of chilly today. Well, I see that the military intelligence is supposedly going to deploy. Again, if the deep state wasn't attacking me in Oklahoma, I never would have thought Oklahoma was deep state. You see how that works? Pretty, pretty normal thought process. So then I would have never even been concerned about moving into that apartment. Then I would have had that 2 bedroom apartment. It was rather large. It was nice in Oklahoma for a great price during COVID. Never would have moved from there. I mean, it got to the point where a woman that was suspected of breaking in the rooms that was working for Woodspring Suites just walked into my room one day. That's all, wrong room. No, she knew. She was seeing if I was in there or not. If I was in there, she probably looked around. She's narcotics. Again, it's not good to use magnesium oil too much because it does make your body lax, your back lax. So if I have a muscle pulling on one side and it doesn't relax, and that side relaxes too much, then it pulls that spine out of line. Right. So one thing I remember is because I noticed that last night, I said, none of this upper back problem existed while he was massaging me. There wasn't like, oh, wincing because something hurt or a nerve, even any nerve pain. Now he didn't. I wouldn't say it was deep tissue, but a couple spots he got deep tissue, but it was mostly just like firm pressure, and then traveling down the muscles to try to elongate them. Again, I shouldn't be here now. I should have been here 4 years ago. Right. I don't believe my lawyer for the VA got back to me yet. Probably willing me not to think about that. Still a little early, I guess. Yeah, that little pain on that left side disappeared until it started tightening up on the right again, and then see, I see it right there. I got to try to turn my. I'm trying to. I can put my head to the left. I can put it forward to but if I try to go to the left and forward, it dead stops. So that's the muscle, whatever that is. Like I said, if I started this 4 years ago, I'd have been through it, pretty quickly. Wouldn't get anywhere. Just so sad. I like walking, so hopefully that gets better. Yeah, I'm going to have to reduce the amount of stuff I'm using, but uh, magnesium will. But if it cranks up tight, I got to do something. I'm just behind the eight ball. Jesus, I can't believe it was 4 years later already. No, I wasn't well. I mean, when I got to Oklahoma, I should have said, "Where's the massage and where's the pain management?" I couldn't get anywhere. Oh, so I just woke up. I'm like, "What the hell?" What I did is I released the like a tight muscle in my lower back, and then just everything started going crazy. But I started realizing that I hadn't taken care of anything. It was just kind of cramped all here and cramped there, and but then it started getting tight crazy. I had that pain. No, it's probably what it is your back adjusts, but if your muscles are shortened, then it's adjusting from a short muscle. and then it tightens too much. I'm just hoping there's no upper back residual pinched nerve or something, which I don't think so. Again, because yesterday I was laying down, of course, I wasn't standing up, but he was massaging, and it didn't trigger anything like that. Because he said to me, he said, "You don't look like you're in pain. You're just tight everywhere." But I said the sacral. So what happens is when the right tightens up like that, then the left, the down by the sacral nerve gets weak because the left back doesn't adjust right. Thank you, Mary. I just lost total focus on wellness. I just couldn't get there anymore. And it's her fault again, of course. Lady walks with her dog every day. Hey, what up? No, we already saw each other twice in 2 days. She's got like a Wearmer marina, or whatever they call it. Damn wiring in. See, that's what happens. When they do that, they stop you from wiring in. Right. When they stalk you. So I'm like a big boss here, there's no doubt. Just the amount of healing I did in the first year here. I'd have been married if they weren't allowed to do what they did. Been married very quickly, and then life would have been normal. Go to church and everything else, or synagogue, whatever would come up. Like Gurdwara. Yeah, so the Sikh scriptures really do have a lot of good Christian stuff in it if you read it. But again, it's funny because in the Bible it's not as apparent. But when you get to some of these other scriptures, like the contrast is even. I know contrast is in the Bible, but it's even worse. It's like goes 180 degrees out, but it's again to free your mind. Well, you shouldn't have been allowed to be around me. You shouldn't have been able to play this game. I mean, obviously, if it was done right, people would introduce themselves, and then at a certain point, they would have found somebody for me. I've been married, and that'd have been it. This idea where I'm the criminal is BS. And my head was gone from that tightness and all that. Right? I can see it. I can't even remember when I was last like this. Nah, I shouldn't be allowed to do this. I mean, they're ruining my health and my back and my life, shortening my life and everything. I mean, they're sick. Some of these people are just my coworkers who are just psychotic. Well, what happens is I believe what's going to happen is when they stretch, extend these muscles and get them to take, it doesn't happen overnight because of muscle memory. But when the muscle memory extends the length of the muscle, then it should lay in a comfortable way. But again, if I lay on my side, it could shift the vertebrae a certain way that triggers the upper back. Again, that's ablation therapy or procedures that they use. And that's where I was supposed to go next, ablation, the ablation test. That's where I was supposed to go in Amarillo, but I couldn't get to it. I went to that stupid chiropractor. Made me sicker. Now I was way past chiropractic stuff. I was too tight everywhere. You have to loosen it first. And I was going to massage therapy, but she just kept arm barring me, and I just couldn't take that pain anymore. What she's supposed to do is just release everything, do trigger point first. So it was just everywhere I went was BS. And for the first massage therapist, which was that gay prostitute type dude. Well, there was in Amarillo, there was the right massage therapist, just like there was the right massage therapist everywhere else I was. It's just if they're allowed to stalk you, you don't wire in right, you don't get to the right places. No, I've not seen anybody around here like I just saw that woman and her dog, which means I'm wiring in. And that's what they're doing. They're sitting there physically disrupting life so the person doesn't wire in, doesn't have a normal life. Now, a lot of these people are neither Democrat nor Republican, but they play that game. Now, I think I put too much magnesium oil on my back, and now I got this craziness going on. I'm hoping it's not like a disc-related pinched nerve or something. Right. But again, I think if it was that while he was massaging me, it would have triggered, theoretically. I praise God that I could get to the next gym in the morning. They were blocking that. Again, they want you to buy it and then they curse it. It comes up on computers. Everything you buy comes up on computers. No, I got some issue here now. Oh, I tried to wait. I have no idea what I want to do tonight. My back is way too tight in the central section. No idea what I'm going to do. Well, I could change my shoes, see if that works. Actually, how my back is showing out. So again, when it starts doing that, usually it's something like the lumbar. Stay peaceful, praise God, and all you do, praise God.